Football's 4 burning questions in 45 seconds or less. Should Messi return to Barca?
See, the old nostalgia in me says yes, but I don't think it will be as good. Now, when we think about Messi, I feel like we think about the whole old Barcelona team in general, not just Messi. So we think about Iniesta, Piqué, Xavi, Busquets, and everything like that. But I think if he was to return now, it just wouldn't be the same. And I think it's exactly the same as Ronaldo when he returned to Man United. We look back at Ronaldo and all the players that he played with back in the day, and that's what made Man United so good. Whereas Messi going into it now, yes, you've got Lewandowski and things like that, but I just don't think it would be the same.
Genuinely, who cares? Like with Messi, I mean, it's just... I found the whole drama and kind of sympathy for Messi when he left Barca a couple years ago just so weird, because this is a very rich footballer going from a rich club to another rich club. Yeah. And Barcelona, a bit of a mess last year financially, even though they've won the league this year. Sure, he'll go back there. They'll pull all the levers they can to make sure that they can sign him, and I'm sure he'll score quite a few goals. It hasn't worked out at PSG the way I think PSG wanted it to, probably for Messi's side as well. So yeah, getting back to Barcelona, but I don't think it's the biggest story in the world personally.
No, I agree. Should there be a playoff for the 4th Champions League spot?
Yeah, I really think there should be, particularly watching those playoffs in the Championship League 1 and 2 this weekend, particularly the Championship 1, going to penalties, just heartbreaking for Coventry. I think this is more and more relevant with the way we see the Premier League becoming more competitive, particularly with a top 6 becoming a top 7 with Newcastle.
Yes.
And it would also give clubs like Aston Villa, Brighton, and even other clubs like Tottenham a chance to get back in Brentford, another chance to get back in the Champions League. And I think there'd be so much interest in it, a day out at Wembley, and the drama there I think would be very clear, and I think as you say, it would give that sort of fairy tale story. Yeah,
I do think that, is there enough demand for it? Like the playoffs, I understand going into a different league, or for example when we go to the World Cup, that's a complete different story to the Champions League. Like we've got the Europa League already for teams who are
Conference
in
League
5th and 6th. Exactly. Is there enough demand for it?
Yeah, it's tough. So out of the relegated teams, Leeds, Leicester and Southampton, who will return to the top flight the fastest?
I would say Leicester, because I was most surprised that they've even dropped down to the Championship. I do think they'll be able to attract some good players at the Championship, but my biggest worry is, will they lose some also massive names like Harvey Barnes, like Maddison, because they are now in the Championship? Obviously, Man United, Chelsea, all these names are going to be looking for players like Maddison. Will they want to be in the Championship? I don't think so. I think they're better than that, but Leicester will get a lot of money for them, which then could they build an all-round better team to then go up in the Premier League quickly?
I think that's a fair point. I'd say Leicester, but also for me Southampton. I think they've made a shrewd appointment with Russell Martin, who is an experienced Championship manager at this point, a young one too, done some good work with Swansea, playing an attractive brand of football. Feels like a good fit too. They've got a young profile of a squad, and the decision making from the new ownership hasn't been that good, but I do think they will get it right in time. I just feel Leeds are just a bit of a mess. They've completely lost their way over the past year, going from Marcelo Bielsa to Sam Allardyce. Just some sort of evolution. I don't think the positive one, but I think Southampton are the best shout to come up quickly.
What is Harry Kane still doing at Spurs?
God knows. Another season where he scored a bundle of goals and gets nothing from it. I mean, the law of averages, when we think about a player scoring the number of goals he has over his career, would be part of a title-winning team, would be part of a Champions League winning team, would get the acclaim, would be front and centre of those trophy parades. The fact that he hasn't got that and we just kind of shrug our shoulders, you know, it's incredible for such a talent, and I don't see what he gains at this point from staying at a club that it doesn't even have a head coach at the moment and doesn't know where it's going. He needs to move on. He needs to go to somewhere that will give him that, even if maybe the dream of doing it at Spurs means a lot to him. And
right now, Chelsea, Bayern Munich and Man United are trying to sign a striker. I mean, how long is he stuck in a contract right now?
1 year left on his contract.
What's going to happen then? Is he going to go to Man United? Is he going to go to a bigger club? Because I think he deserves it. Like, why are we shrugging our heads at someone with such a good record like Harry Kane?